Tibet, known as the roof of the world, has a history unlike any other region. With its breathtaking landscapes, rich spiritual practices, and unique culture, Tibet has captivated the imagination of people around the world for centuries. But what if Tibet had never been occupied by China? What if the peaceful kingdom of Tibet had remained independent, free to develop its own future? Imagine a world where Tibet's rich culture, art, and spiritual teachings continue to thrive without outside interference. The monasteries, which were once centers of learning and culture, could have expanded their influence globally, spreading Tibetan Buddhism to more people than ever before. Tibet could have remained a sanctuary for the millions who sought peace and enlightenment. The Dalai Lama, perhaps still the spiritual leader of a thriving, independent Tibet, would have continued his work to bridge the gap between Eastern spirituality and the West. Would Tibet have maintained its status as a spiritual haven for people seeking solace and wisdom? Would it have become a beacon for environmentalism, with its high-altitude ecosystems remaining untouched by industrial development? As tensions rose in the region, Tibet's relationship with China could have been very different. Without the 1950 Chinese invasion, Tibet might have become a neutral space between global powers, acting as a peaceful mediator in international diplomacy. Yet, Tibet's independence would have had global consequences. Would China have changed its path? Would Tibet's independence have inspired other regions to seek autonomy? And how would the cultural landscape of Tibet evolve today if it had remained sovereign? The absence of the Chinese occupation would have allowed Tibet to protect its traditions, its art, its language, and most importantly, its way of life. Tibetan culture would have been celebrated and preserved, becoming one of the world's most influential cultures rather than one in danger of disappearing. But perhaps, in the end, the question remains: what would the world have looked like if Tibet had never been forced to change? Would Tibet have been able to maintain its identity in an increasingly interconnected world? The answer lies in the Tibet that almost was, a Tibet that never had to lose its soul to the march of time and politics.